Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Like I mentioned when I did the quick unboxing slash review on the new 20 by 60 by 85 Diamondback HD spotting scope, I mentioned that pretty soon I'll be doing a unboxing slash first impression review like I've been doing with some of my other pieces of equipment on the MAGVIEW spotting scope adapter, which is the S1, so S for spotting scope. I'm sure you guys are familiar that they also make the MAGVIEW bino adapter, which is the B1. So solid box, good quality. In the box you have the adapter itself, a surface cleaner, alcohol wipe of some sort, and then the plate that goes on the back of your phone, similar like this ancient plate I have here. Okay, I will be installing this onto my new spotting scope. The adapter itself, it's kind of tricky to get it out of here. There you go. It also comes with an Allen wrench, which is how you tighten this screw right here to get the adapter to fit properly on the back of the spotting scope. So pretty neat. This thing serves dual purposes. The quick adapt for your phone to set it onto your spotting scope, okay, and a nice protected lens cover for the back of your spotting scope. So really cool. In the box itself there's a QRC code that you can scan to give you the installation instructions. Under the plate itself you have all the different rings and adapters, so you can get the perfect fit for whichever spotting scope you have. So they have different adapters right here, or different rings right here, if you can see. Okay, here's a really thick one. So there's rings to make a tight fit around, and then there's these rings are also, they also have like kind of like a beveled edge for the eye relief. So so you have, because this adapter, I mean, it will stick out further out than how the spotting scope is originally designed. So it has those rings with the beveled edge to get that perfect eye relief for your spotting scope. So I'll be tinkering around a little bit with this. What they do say is to start, if I remember right, is to start with the medium size ring and kind of go from there. And they also mentioned to also try it to where it just barely slips right over the eyepiece, where it has just enough tension, and then you cinch it down and then you're ready to go. So I'll walk you guys through it and see what I find out. I'm gonna scan the QRC code and see what happens. Okay, set up and install right here. Set up and install for the spotting scope and the bino adapter. They have an app where you can download for the most user-friendly and reliable descoping application available today. So basically what I'm assuming, I actually haven't looked at this at all. What I'm assuming is most cameras, I have an older iPhone, but it still has 2 cameras. A lot of the newer phones, iPhones, Androids, they have 2, 3, 4, or even more cameras. So usually with these spotting scope adapters or bino adapters, you need to use a specific app to where it locks in a single camera, is from my understanding. So you're not always having to fight with your phone on finding the right camera, and by the time you figure it out, then that elk or that bear or deer or whatever, it's already out of the country and you can't put it on the camera anymore. So I'm pretty sure that that's what the app is all about. But I'm going to dive into it, see exactly what the instructions are, and then I'll turn this camera back on. Alright guys, so I watched the video on their website. So basically there is 3 eye relief rings and 4 tensioner rings or sizing rings, which makes it the adapter fit your spotting scope eyepiece nice and snug, and then you just cinch it down to finish it off. So what they recommend from the 3 rings is to start with the middle one, which is numbered number 70. So there's a thinner one and a thicker one. They say to start with number 70, which is the middle size one, and then after that you put that in the eye relief or in the mounting bracket. And then after that you have 4 rings, like I mentioned earlier, and you just have to grab each ring and see which one fits on your scope somewhat snug. See, none of these are fitting quite right until we get to this one. And this one, when you put it on, you feel a little bit of tension. There's no gap in it. Okay, so that should work just perfect. They did include this one ring that's really thin, and I believe this one is to you could possibly put this inside your one of these other rings to get an even snugger fit, is kind of what I'm assuming, but that's definitely not necessary. But anyways, there's a lot of videos online on how to do this, obviously on the MAGVIEW website, or other reviewers on YouTube walking you through the steps. But for this particular spotting scope, so the Vortex Diamondback HD, the 20x60 with the 85mm objective. Again, I'm going to start with the 70 size eye relief, and it says 70 right on there. They tell you to put this inside the mounting bracket with the number facing up. Okay, so I'm going to stick this in here. Then again, find a ring that fits your spotting scope right, and you also put it in the mounting bracket, and it says to be sure to put it to where the numbers are not upside down. So you'll want to do it to where the numbers, where you can read the numbers, okay? The other thing that they mention is you want to place everything in there so you can see that gap, so there's room to tighten it and get that tension going. Can you guys see that? Just like that. Okay, and now we're just going to mount this on here, cinch it down. They did say to not mount it perfectly horizontal, you want to turn this down a little bit at an angle, so when your phone goes on here, most phones have the cameras in the upper corner, right? So when you're putting it, they want the magnet over here somewhere, kinda. So I guess, let me think here. So when you're mounting it, they want you to have it kind of like this. So when you put your phone, it captures the cameras in there, okay? See how it's kind of at an angle if I hold my phone perfectly leveled? The magnet or the MAGVIEW is at an angle. That's what they recommend you doing. Now, everyone's going to figure out what works best for them, what works best for their phones. There's different size phones, right? The iPhones, there's like 3 different sizes between all the different models that they have over the years. So you'll just have to figure out what works. And it's not that hard to undo this and twist it around and see what works best for you, or try different shims, different rings, and just play with it and see what works. But I'm going to mount this sucker on and see what it looks like. Alright, so we're just going to mount this. See, my kids are having a blast out there. I'm going to put this on. Yeah, it's definitely gonna take some getting used to here, for sure. Let me show you guys. So you can kind of tell that I have the eyepiece centered in my screen, and then, you know, you can zoom in so you can fill your whole screen with whatever you're looking at, right, with your spotter. Okay, what's happening here? Okay, so you can zoom in if you want, or zoom out. Yeah, it's definitely finicky. I think it just switched to a different camera. This is why you want to use the app. So let's download the app and see what happens. But unlike the All-in, for instance, see how there's that gap right there? I'm sure because of that you're not going to get a great picture on your phone, because you have that little bit of a gap. Light will get in there, but it's still, from the reviews I've watched and the videos I've watched, you know, people seem to be pretty pleased with this, so I just want to give it a try. I really like the idea. So, but let me download the app and see how it works. But that's what I'm thinking. It's only going to use one camera. It's basically gonna always default to the same camera, and it won't allow the phone to keep switching from one camera to another. So let's check it out. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here to to their website, download the MAGVIEW. These kids. Okay, MAGVIEW is downloading. Okay, orientation lock. Lock your screen to stay in portrait, vertical, or landscape. Okay, next. Oh, it tells you what everything is on the screen itself. Timer, you could select a timer for your phone. You can take a perfect shot in 3 seconds or 10 seconds. Manual focus, you have an autofocus and manual focus. Brightness setting, you could do a grid on your screen. Okay. Switch cameras, photos, videos. Okay, let's see what it looks like now. Oh, I see, it's got like the center of the screen and you line it up. Bam. Okay. But you'll want to get it. I see. Okay, you guys, so here's what the screen looks like. You have that dot in the center of the screen. You center it with the eyepiece, and then you just boom. Okay. What's going on here? Okay, so as you can tell, that definitely took some tries for sure. So unlike Olin, it's definitely finicky to figure out the image to get it nice into the center, and so you're able to get on your phone exactly what you're trying to capture on the spotter. But yeah, let me turn off. But alright, you guys, overall, this thing, I mean, it seems really solid, right? I mean, look at that. That's a good protector, lens cover for your spotter. You can still use it regular. Right? Really easy to kind of mess with it and see exactly what fits. I mean, it's a really cool concept. It's just a matter of if it's gonna work out in the woods when you really need it. But I'm gonna test it out. I mean, that's really the only way I'm really gonna get a good sense of if this thing is gonna do what it's supposed to do, which it's better than anything I've had. I've never used phone scopes or anything like that. I kind of used some of the cheaper stuff. That just because I didn't want to keep buying a new phone scope case for my phones. I thought that was pretty silly. And that's what's really cool with this, is that you just use whatever phone you have, and if you do end up getting a new phone, all you have to do is put a metal plate on it. Really cool concept. I'm hopeful that when I'm out in the woods hunting, glassing, that this thing is going to be as practical as they say it's going to be, and as practical as I'm hoping it's going to be. So, alright, that's all I got for this video. Thanks for following along. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.